Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon. I will wait for one more minute, then we will start the class. As usual, I think from yesterday we were completed the unit 1. I think last night I was shared all the materials about unit 1. I think you may gone through that material in the Google Classroom. I think most of them visited, I think so. So, and also I want to check your what is your outcome of your first unit. How come you understand the data structures in Java? So, I need to check your knowledge. I gave some quiz. So, it's going to be end by tomorrow. So, everyone please attend. By that, I want to know that what is your understanding level throughout the unit 1. So, if anything lagging, I may conduct one more class in unit 1, or I will post in which topic you are in very poor. In that unit, we will give some material, or you can give some solving problems in order to understand the concept rather than the previous one. So, so please go through your quiz. There is 20 questions are there. You can attend this is the MCQ multiple choice questions. Please attend, everyone. So come to today's class. We are going to be see the second unit. What is the second unit means? This is about second unit, working with big data. So we are talking about data. How we are going to be organize the data. That organization, if before going to be organize these data, how come data is going to be in the program? How it is in a specified in the program? So what is a stack and what is queue, and various topics we were discussed in how the data is going to be stored in a normal way and along with the key way and serialization. Various topics we were discussed how the data to be in the program. So how we are going to be working with this big data. So here we have one main topic is Google file system. So how the Google file system, so it is also Google also one of the server. We have n number of data is available in the server. So generally if you directly telling, if you go to URL bar and you are typing something, it is directly a default search is a Google search. So we are getting enormous data in your mobile or in your device by searching some through keywords, whatever it is. So how this data is going to be coming to the your end, is your devices. So that Google file system, how it will be. If the file system is there, what is meaning by file? Why we are using a file? So file is again, it is a contains some storing of data. So if the data is there, if the Google contains only 1 or 2 files, no, not like that. We have enormous of n number of files are available. How these files are going to be organized? Everything we are going to be discussing. Then another one is about, we have one open source system is Hadoop. The Hadoop is Hadoop distributed file system, HDFS. We are going to be discussing here. is a very, very important in the exam point of view. Definitely, there is a one damn sure question from this unit is building blocks of Hadoop. So we are going to be learning. So in these Hadoop building blocks, we have a name node, a data node, and secondary name node, and job tracker, and job task tracker. So we have a data. How we are going to be to the name to particular node. If the node is available, that data node we can call that. If we have data, through the data we have giving some name. Through that name we are going to be called. If how to link with the one data node to another data node, how we are going to be do these jobs, and how we are going to be perform the task based upon these terminals. So that is we are going to be discussing Hadoop distributed file system, HDFS is a very, very important. Then another one is about introduction and configuration of Hadoop cluster. So clusters are is nothing but here we have n number of nodes are there. How we are going to be make these nodes one node to another node connectivities, how we are going to be do. So that is a local or pseudo distributed mode or fully distributed modes we are going to be discuss here. And the last one is about configuration of XML files. What is XML? Can anyone say that what is XML files? Where we are going to be using XML files? Extendable markup language. So why we are using this extendable markup language? We have HTML is there. Why we are again going with XML? So name itself is there, no, extendable. So in general, normal HTML files, we are going to be creating a web page. That's it. But in order to pick up the data from the database, we need some extendable keys. We need extendable we get from this XML. So we are going to be retrieve the data through the keywords. Once we are going to be type something in the Google. So how it is going to be retrieved? So how the data is going to be retrieved to your web page. That all those how it is configuration, everything we are going to be discussing. So the main aim of our unit is Hadoop distributed file system and how it is going to be configured. So if the Hadoop, we are going to be, for example, we have one data is that we have one bunch of data. As part of that, we have a one data warehouse. So we are already know about what is mining. Once mining is done, we have warehouses. A group of data is going to be stored. If the data is there, then how we are going to be apply this file system on this? So why we are applying this means, so we have a group of data. If the data is available, what we are going to be do with the data, how it is going to be useful to the end users. How come it is making sensible? How the data is going to be making sensible? For example, we have hundreds of thousands of GB of data is there, but at particular time, the user is not going to be need all the data. For example, is going to be logging to the google.com, the Google server, virtual path, all those things is going to be sent to your system, such that your system is capable to store all the n number of GBs of Google data in your system. It is not like, it is not going to be like. It's never possible. Your system is maximum is 1 TB or 2 TB. The Google contains n number of TBs. I think we already know that the sizes of those things. Even though in this chapter, once again, we will discuss about this. So see here. So it will give some basic picture of how the big data is going to be working. So the persons who are standing there, analytics, the analyst, he is going to be perform some operations on the big data, and finally is going to be conclude. See that he is seeing some graphs and seeing some pictures. See this side we have seen some graphs, pictorial representation, and So he is overall he is going to be seen something inside the system is going to be manipulated all that. So so even though there is a large number of data is there, but how come this large number of data is going to be useful at the user end? Is that all the data is going to be used? No. At a particular time, the user is going to be require a particular data only, particular information only. So that is a simple outlook of our big data. See that what is a big data? So big data refers to massive, complex, structured and unstructured data sets that are rapidly generated and transmitted from a wide variety of sources. Is a very important wide variety of sources. Is that Google data is going to be come from one particular part, or else as the big data is going to be get a one particular part of the world? Then we already discussed in the first chapter itself. What who is going to be create the data? Then what is the form of the data? Is that any particular form is there for data while the user is creating? For example, I am going to be represent my presentation to you. I am giving this PPT. For example, I want to test your knowledge. I am going to be give one Google form. Is that PPT and Google form are the same type of data? No, it is not like that. So same way, the user is going to be create, the human is going to be create n number of data. If the data is going to be create, definitely it is not going to be a definite perfect structure. It may be some unstructured or maybe some structured data also. For example, how we can call a structured data? For example, every routine is going there. Okay, in particular time to time, it is going to be happen like that only. There is no changes in that. Then we can say that is a structure. For example, it is some fluctuations is there in the timing along with your work. Then definitely we can have a unstructured data. So see that rapidly generated and transmitted from a wide variety of sources. So what are the sources we are going to be used? For example, we are using mobile. In the mobile, there is only one app is there. So in my mobile, we have nearly 40 apps. In the 40 apps, how much of data is going to be collecting? How much of data is going to be sending to the server, or how much data is going to be getting to the user end? That is my side. How much data I am going to be viewing, how much data I am going to be creating, how much time I am going to be watch the YouTube, how much time I am going to be prepare for the class, how much time I am going to be do the workout. So everything is going to be doing. So, sir, we can say that these type of things are there. How these type of things are going to be create the data? So everything we are going to be monitored. Everything we are going to be adjustable with the systems. For example, I am going to be workout. I need to know how much of time I was workout. So I am wearing one band. So such that my every moment is going to be read by it. If reading, so what is going to be? It is automatically sent to the some app. So there I am going to be see that. So what is the visualization I can see? So today what is the workout? Yesterday what is the workout? So what is the difference between those two? So I can easily compare. So how it is going to be compared? If the different days we have a different type of data is there, how it is going to be conclude at end in a single format? So that is everything. So we are going to be generating data. That data is going to be the rapidly generated data is going to be transferred wide variety of sources. So these attributes makes the three V's in a big data is a very important. The three V's. One is volume, and second one is velocity, and third one is variety. So what is this volume of? The huge amount of data being stored. The huge amount of data being stored. So you see that now how many in the previous, in before 20th century, that is 2000 before and 2000 after. So how many of them having a mobile? Now how many of them having mobile? So if the mobile is there, definitely there is, we are going to be create some data. If the data is going to be created, where it is going to be stored. For example, sir, if I have mobile, I am going to be talk, then how the data is going to be created? So your data is going to be transferred from one place to another place. You are making a call, if the call is getting all those things. Okay, sir, if I call, everything is connected. After it is not going to be there. For example, is that anything is happen, anything is problem is there. So definitely we will get our information through the mobile server, who is operator, mobile operator. If we request, they will give all the data, what is you are, how much time you are talked, with whom you are talked, every data is going to be get back. So how it is going to be get back? Because they are going to be stored. Why they are going to be stored? Again, it is our purpose or a general anything user purpose, they are going to be stored the data. So they are going to be storing, if one mobile they are going to be need storing, then how many mobiles are there, how many persons are talking in each day? See that if you simply we can take one app, so how many same app, how many persons are going to be used? For example, see that WhatsApp and Facebook and Twitter, these are the apps. So we already discussed in the chapter 1. So what is one twist in 1 second? How much of, how many tweets are going to be happened in the Twitter, a Snapchat, and Facebook? How many comments is going to be, and LinkedIn? How many post is going to be happened in that? Everything we saw that. So everything is going to be created data. So that is we have a large number of volume of data is available. Then what is a velocity? Is it the lightning speed at which the data streams must be processed and analyzed? So what is the speed of light? Can you calculate? Can you see the speed of light? The same way, if I am going to be talking here, immediately you are going to be listening at your end. So same, the light speed is going to be transferred, my data is also going to be transferred. So for example, I am typing WhatsApp chat. For example, if I am typing here hi, immediately you are going to be respond hi. So you are going to be get that message hi, then immediately you are going to be reply. Is conversation is going to be happen. So how it will be? So again see that if I am going to be send one hi message, how much background process is going to be happen? So we have a end-to-end point. We have a WhatsApp. In between process, what will be that? Can anyone analyze that? So my WhatsApp app need to send the data to the another WhatsApp app. This is the concept at the final end we are going to see that. But what is the background process? So the app again it is to send the data to that particular app manager, then app manager to everything. What are the concept we were learned? All those concepts we were deployed in this. So again, network, it needs to connect the network to network. In the network, how the data is going to be transferred. You already come across as EN. So in one node to another node, how the data is going to be transferred. So our data is going to be an application layer to a physical layer, how the data is going to be transferred. In a physical layer to physical layer, how the streams is going to be transferred. Everything is going to be analyzed. So the speed of the data is also very high. So that's why we are comparing with the lightning speed at which the data streams must be processed and analyzed. Then what is the variety? What is another last B here is the different sources and forms from which the data is collected, such as numbers, text, videos, images, audios, and text. That's what I said. Is that every person is going to be create the same data at a time? For example, in a WhatsApp chat itself, the simple regular manner we are going to be used. That every time we are going to be use a text message. Now sometimes we are doing a voice message. Sometimes we will do a video chat. Sometimes an audio call. Sometimes you are going to be send the videos. Sometimes you are going to be send the pics. Sometimes you are going to be send the documents. It may be a Word file or Excel or something. So if you are generating the data in a different format, that is a variety of data. So volume of data, velocity of data, and variety of data. So this is the main attributes of these big data. I think understood what is these three V's. Okay, in upcoming we will see in details about this volume, velocity, and variety with some understandable with examples. So these days, the data is constantly generated anytime we open an app, searching a Google, or simply travel little ways with our mobile device result. But we already up to now what we are discussing. So okay, we are going along the mobile somewhere. What is going to be if once you are switch on your GPS or once you switch on your location in your mobile, what is going to be happen? So how the data is going to be created means that is the way we are going to be created. So see this or simply travel place to place with your mobile device. The result. So the massive collection of valuable information that companies and the organization need to manage, store, visualize, and analyze. Store, visualize, and analyze. So traditional data tools are not equipped to handle these kind of complexity and volume, which has leads to slow of specialized data, big data softwares, and architecture solution to design to manage the load. So if the data is n number of the data is going to be stored. So how it is going to be managed with the traditional systems? That is, for example, your laptop is you are simply storing all those data in your laptop. How it will be? So for this, with one beautiful example. For example, are everyone using a Google Photos? I think everyone is using Google Photos. So in mobile also we have app Google Photos. So what is going to be doing the Google Photos? See that there is a lot of implementations in the Google Photos. In a recent years, it was very developed, very large. So automatically, for example, if I create one folder in the Google Photos, for example, with the name of, for example, family. So who are in the family? I am going to be select some pictures. If I am going to be keep in that folder, automatically the next time whatever the photos is coming to my device, all the photos are automatically going to be put into that particular folder. And if you switch on your memories, what is going to be happen? The last year, the before last year, in 2 years back, in 3 years back, you are there, your memories are there. So every time it is going to be visualized. So why we are taking a photo in order to memorize, okay, in that particular place. So if everything is going to be in your system, for example, all the photos are in your system, what what is going to be happen? So if we want to see, if we go to particular photo, okay, where it is. But in Google Photos, what is going to be? Every photo is, if you are loading with Google Photos. So today, last year, today, what you done? Last year, today. So which pic you are? that. For example, in recent years, what is the highlight of your photos? So everything is going to be such purpose only we are taking a photos, no? We want to get back our memories. If you are saying, okay, yes, this was taken some Coimbatore, this was taken in some Kolkata, something we are going to be remembered, no? The same thing is going to be done by the system. So you are going to be save your n number of photos into the Google Photos. The Google Photos is going to be give the result. Okay, in particular time you are there. In a particular time you are there. So it automatically grabs your place also. So if you are traveling with the location, so okay, last week you are in there. So how come you are? So have you seen that Google Maps is giving some ranking? So in your Google Map, it is asking sometimes if you switch on your maps notifications. So yesterday you were visit some place. So how about that place? So you are giving a data to the Google server. For example, yesterday you were visit some C.R. Reddy College of Engineering, Elur. So what is going to be asked? What are the questions is going to be asked? Have you observed any time? Is there parking is available? Yes, no, maybe. Is the place for playing kids? Yes, no, maybe. These are the questions are going to be. So based upon these questions, whenever we are going to be asked the question to the Google, what we are going to be asked. For example, I am very new to this Eluru. What I have to, for example, I am going to be reach CRD College of Engineering. I want to know whether the parking is available or not. So once I am going to be setting the source and destination, once the destination will come, so what are the parking are, in which place the parking is available. So everything is loaded into the maps. And who is going to be used? Somebody is given a result. Okay, parking is available. Okay, when I am going to be asked Google search whether the parking is available at CRD College of Engineering or not. Yes, we have available. Somebody is given answer now. That answer is going to be come to the end. So such type of questionnaires is going to be asked by the Google. If the data is going to be collected from the users, how these data again it is going to be used the other end. This is the concept. So it is not as a simple matter. But if you are searching something in Google, okay, it's getting result. Okay, so how come this result is coming? Have you analyzed any time? So this is the concept. So ourselves we are going to be creating data. Somebody wanted is creating data, whatever it may be. So everything is going to be created. So such type of data is going to be created. Such type of data is there. How we want to manage the data, how we want to manipulate the data, we want to manage and manipulate. And your needs his point of view something. We need to visualize. We need to give an exact result to him. So that is at last we have the concept of this. So that's why one small picture I was shown in the starting, big data. So we have a lot of bar charts are there. Finally the total data is going to be visualized, no? So we have, okay, this one bar is big. So we have one different diagram is there, map is there. The map means definitely we have some x-axis and y-axis. There is a giving a relationship between what is x and y. So everything is visible. See this? If it is like, what is platform? So we have bus stand, we have platforms. No? The same way, railway station, we have platform. The same way, if the data is, you said there is a volume, variety, and velocity of data available. So where it is going to be these data, which platforms are there for big data? Big data platforms are specially designed to handle immeasurable volumes of data that came into the system at high velocities and wide varieties. See, that is a very, very uh, good word and synthetic word here. What is that? High velocity. What? See that? If I am going to be search in the Google, immediately it is giving the result. So once we can not about not in the mean of a network issue. If network everything is okay, once you are going to be search, immediately you are going to be getting the result or not. So that is, it may be that in the top bar also. What is going to be? We have all, we have images, we have videos, all those things. So varieties of data and velocities of data. Velocity means how much speed, lighting speed, the data is going to be transferred. The data, how it is going to be visualized at the user end. So not only one type of, there is a different varieties of data. Sometimes it is gives a text, sometimes it is gives an image, sometimes it is gives an videos also. Yes, sir. So that is it. So these big data platforms usually consist of varying servers, database, and business intelligence tools that allows the data scientists to manipulate data to find the trends and patterns. So again, this is the concept of our mining concept. So we have a number of data. So our data scientist is going to be manipulate on the data. So if the manipulation is done, so what is it? I already said that the big data is a problem. The solution is mining. So why the problems means? So once we have an idea of thought, what we have to do? If the data is there, how can I use it in a better way? These data. How can I make this data? For example, simply if the data is there, I am going to be create the data. Somebody is going to be using by the data. So if, for example, is there no business intelligence, what is going to be? So how it is business intelligence? For example, I am giving a rating of product. Through that rating, somebody is going to be buy the product. My rating is giving a business to the other person. In a Flipkart, I brought a product. I gave it is a very excellent and give five-star rating. Same me, 100 members, 1,000 members give the same thing. What is happened? So my valuable feedback. So that's why they are always seeing. So please provide your valuable feedback. Very politely they are going to be asked. So I mean they are going to do the business on our data. So my rating is giving a business to them. So in the shopping malls also, they are simply, sir, please fill this coupon, please fill the card, please do this. We have a gift voucher. Everything what they are going to be analyze your mind. See that scientists to manipulate the data and to find the trends and patterns. So finally, we are going to begin. Okay. This is number 36. Next one series. So we are working with big data. We already know that we have a three of V's. The big data is essential. The warning of three V's to gain the insight to make the predictions. So it's the useful to take a closer look in each attribute. I already said that in upcoming we will see what is this volume. What is a volume? Volume means we know that we have a enormous huge amount of data. So when we are going to be talking about data, we know that this type of words is available. See that megabytes and terabytes and these. Have you famous words The first unit we were talked about this type of code. Yes or no? So this is the data is enormous, while the traditional data is measured familiar sizes like megabytes, gigabytes, and terabytes. Big data is going to be stored in petabytes and zettabytes. So what is the sizes? Have you remember these petabytes and zettabytes? And what is another one? After zettabytes, we have one more byte. Is there what? Can anyone remember that byte? So okay, we will see in the next. That is your yottabyte. YO. It will start YO. So it will in next slide. We will see that. So you take the hold of the vastness of difference in scale. Consider this comparison from the okay one school, a Berkeley school, giving some information. 1 byte is equivalent to 1 gigabyte is equivalent to 7 minutes of video in HD. So, similar type of example we saw in first unit also. So one day it is going to be created 250 something. We gave a number, no, the 5-digit number of data is going to be. So it is equivalent to some number of DVDs. So we mentioned that is the same thing here. So here they mentioned that Berkeley School 1 gigabyte is equivalent of 7 minutes video in HD, while a single zettabyte is equal to 250 billion DVDs. Now see that what is the size of zettabytes and how the big data is enormous value. 250 billion DVDs. Now tell me what is 1 zettabyte and what is 1 gigabyte. So this is just on a trip of a iceberg. According to a report by EMC, the digital universe is doubling the size every 2 years, and by the 2020 expected to reach 44 trillion zettabytes. The big data provides the architecture handling these kinds of data. Without the appropriate solution for storing and processing, it would be impossible to mine for insights. See that how this much of data is there. How come it is going to be controlled? How it is going to be? That's why only nowadays we need a data scientist, big data analytics. The persons who are going to be okay. If we see, if we are going to be YouTube also, we are watching some videos. So in between somebody persons, I am Kumar Muthuraman. So please do some postgraduate program in Austin, Texas. So they are giving some offers, no? So these are. So if volume of data is going to be increased, so here, so you may ask one question like, sir, if the data is there, if data is going to be arranged in the patterns, everything is going to be done. What the view of data scientist and the data analysis are there? How come they are going to be work in the area? For example, we have n number of data is there. We need to make, so that's why in a previous chapter we were studied about key and value. What is the meaning of key and value? Instead of touching the total volume, we are touching just a key, then automatically that volume of data is going to be come back. For example, we are searching something in the Google. For example, if you want to search the data, that many words we have to give. So how we are going to be giving a query? So a number of keywords is going to be matching with the previous content. So that is a analysis. That is the analytic scientist who is doing jobs. So my data is there. How it so present to the customers? The simple again, a Flipkart we are going to be buy something. So once we buy a shoe, immediately there are going to be recommendations. You may buy a socks, or you may, for example, you brought some walking shoe. So immediately they down use a track or short. So it is a recommendation. So that is about this processing. So this is again, once we remember this concept of the size of data. What is that bit? One bit means what? A zero or one is very important, and is a low of computer understand. So computer can understand only zeros. Then one byte is 8 bits. Is everything. So I already told now we have now the our big data is going to be store the data in petabytes and terabytes. So we have one more yottabyte, the last one. So these are the terminologies. So KB, MB, GB, TB, PB, EB, ZB, YB. So these are the terminologies of. So we already saw it. So once again, we have a concept of these zettabytes and petabytes. That's when I came to this picture again here. See this. So I need answers from this. What you understand from this? What you understand from this? Can someone read that? Number. Can someone read that number 52? 52. Can you read this? What is in the screen? Please, can someone read it? Number 90. Number Dilip. Who is Dilip? Number 25. 25 Dilip. So what you understand from this diagram? So I don't always get dehydrated, but when I do, I make damn sure I hydrate. So what is this picture? What you understand here? So before going to be clear about this picture, see this, the velocity. So I had one paragraph, first paragraph. What is that? Drink from a fire. Drink from a fire hose. So he's trying to drink the water flow. So we have the forcible flow that one. So what is that? Fire is this, no? Something is happened, is going to be exit water to stop the fire. So he is trying to drink the water from that. How it will be? How come this one? See that? From the speed which is created to the amount of time need to be analyzed. It. Everything about a big guy is fast. Some have described it's trying to drink from a fire hose. So that is. So we have that data is. So how much fast you are creating a data? Again, why I am saying you are means the human are creating a data. That's why I said you are. How much fast you are going to be create the data? The same way the data is going to be stored the fast manner. So immediately, if a big data architecture was behind, immediately the result also showing immediately. So that is it. So the companies and organizations must have the capabilities to control these data and generate the insights from it in real time. Otherwise, it is not a very useful. So that's why again we are insist that we have a enormous data is available. So without using what? Without using. So in your also, your people, so everyone is completed third year. Why a specific peoples are going to be get the job? Everyone having the same brain, same size of brain. So how much you are going to be used that, then that is the result. The same manner, how we are going to be utilized. You have n number of data. We have n number of idea system. How come these ideas are you going to be implement? So n number of data is available. How come you are going to be make visible with a beautiful manner, with the user understanding, with the it's useful to the user in a better manner. So that is the concept here. So if we are not doing that, then there's a waste of this data we are storing. Why we want to store the data? Without using that, why we want to store the data? So that is, in real-time processing allows the decision makers to act quickly. Decision making is a very important. So we have a data, we analyze it. So by this data we analyze. Next, what we have to do? What decision we have to take? So previous in, for example, we are going to be create something to the, for example, we are going to be create a new shop at Eduru. So I need to analyze this whether my shop is capable to open at Eluru, whether my shop is, for example, groceries. So whether the groceries are glossary shops are there. If the shops are there, how their shops is going to be running, whether they are going to be profitable. So if all the shops are same, so what I have to implement to get a more business. So everything we have need to take a decision. So that is the decision making act quickly. So by this analysis, we can easily know that. So while some forms of data can be batched, processing, and remaining relevant over time. So much of big data is streaming into an organization at a clip and requires immediate action for the best outcome. So we know that we have a number of data, but it is not going to be used all the data at the user end. Yet finally, everything is not going to be used. But we need to pick up the exact data, the best outcome. We need to see. We need to look into it. Then only we have a better outcome. The best outcomes. The sensor, last one, see that the sensor data from the health devices is a great example. The ability to instantly process the health data can provide the users and physicians with a product with providently to life-saving information, potentially life-saving information. So how it will be? So see the sensor data is health. So sensors also this is one of the part of our big data. So sensors also creating a huge number of data. How it will be? So I already told you. So one person is wearing his Apple Watch. He said that thanks to the Apple owner. I told you, no, we have to it. So that was. So please, can anyone read it, please? Please respond. Can anyone read it?
A 79 years.
Okay, nobody is not reading. Please loudly. Please loudly. Can you?
A
Yeah,
79-year-old veterinarian from Waco, Texas, has credited the Apple Watch for saving his life after the device's heart rate monitor notified him of atrial fibrillation. Dr. Ray
So
Emerson
simply
received a notification.
1 second. That is simply nothing but heart patient. He is a heart patient. Okay, you can go ahead.
Dr. Ray Emerson received a notification from his Apple Watch saying that it had noticed an irregular heartbeat. CBS Austin reported recently. Shall I continue, sir?
Yes, yes, yes. Then there's
The
a story. You
notification,
don't need to explain anything. You can easily understand.
the notification of an irregular heart rhythm and potential atrial fibrillation is what prompted him to head to his doctor, where he had an EKG and then had surgery at St. David's South Austin Medical Center to correct the irregular rhythm. As per report, Dr. Emerson joked that he was too cheap to buy the watch for himself, but now he views his Apple Watch as priceless.
So I already told So is counting his heartbeat is all is it's reported to his doctor, and you need a surgery at particular medical center. You can come immediately. So once it's done the medical, its irregular rhythms is going to be properly set. So he said thanks. So how come these sensors data is going to be useful? This is a one best example. So after uh, these type of comments on Apple Watch, nowadays the Apple Watches are going very enormous business in the Apple Watch. So that's why the last line said, is it too cheap to buy? It is not a cheap, but when it's come to the part of life, it is a priceless. So that is a very interesting story, which was I already told you in the first unit when we are talking about we have a 7 types of data, big data where we are going to be used. There I instructed this part. So I mentioned here because when the variety of data, when how in the previous we discussed, the sensor data is health devices, how it's going to be. That's what I mentioned here. Another one is about variety of data. So roughly 95% of all big data is unstructured, meaning does not fit easily into a straightforward, a traditional model. So everything is emails, videos, scientific and meteorological data can constitute a big data streams, each with their own unique attributes. Each is their own unique attributes. So we have a variety of data. So that is a simple manner. We have a text file and video file and audio file. What are the? So everything has a, for example, text file means in the form we have all those. We have a letters and alphabets, all those things there. Then videos we have moving objects are there. Picture we have a constant objects are there. So it has its own attributes. Even though it has its own attributes, still we are going to be count this in a better manner. Now these varieties. So okay, due to the time manner, we will continue from here to tomorrow. So thank you. Have a nice day. If you have any questions, you can just ask me 1 or 2 minutes. I will respond to your doubts, or else we can wind up the class. Can anyone having doubt? Please respond.